So in this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the character Nene Yashiro from the anime Toilet-Bound Hanakokun, which is a pretty interesting anime of a girl that summons a ghost from her high school toilet. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to start with her head. She has a very childlike face, so her head is pretty big. I'm going to draw a circle as sort of the base. So this is sort of her forehead area, and then her cheek right there. And she has a pretty small cheek, and then that goes kind of straight down towards her chin. And then from the halfway point, I'm going to go back up. And she has like really just round eyes, and this is her upper eyelid. I'm not drawing her eyelashes yet. Her pupil is very big as well. They're sort of oval, but also very round. And then her bottom eyelid is pretty straight and is much shorter than her top eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and draw her other eye. Again, it's going to be a slightly narrower than her right eye because it's further away from our point of view. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and add the details, such as the eyelid crease, maybe some of like the pupil, and then some eyelashes. Next is her nose, and her nose is really just like a dot. That's what gives her like a youthful appearance too, and that vertical line that divides her face in half is going to show you kind of where that nose is going to go. It's going to go a little bit to the right of that line, just a little bit below her eyes. Now in this drawing, she's doing like an open mouth grin. So from below her nose, I'm going to draw like curved lines such as this. I'm gonna first start with this, her long strands. She has like two long strands on her bangs, starting with the one on her right. So this is just gonna curve right in front of her ear and then curve out as it goes past her shoulders. Now she has another strand just like this one on her left side. So starting on her left side. And this one's a little hidden because it goes behind her shoulder, so I'll just stop it there. Now in between those two strands, she has like these small wisps of bangs, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. Again, they're very high up, and this makes her forehead look really big, which in turn makes her look pretty youthful. I don't want to forget her eyebrows. They're very straight and very thin, and they are also very high up, which gives her this like alert appearance. I'm gonna go ahead and draw some ear details and then her other ear. Okay, so she has these two hair clips on the sides of her head, and I'm going to draw that. So these two lines I'm drawing are her hair, which are being pinned back. I'm not really sure what the hair clip's supposed to be. It almost looks like a raindrop or almost like a 9. Now the top of her head is gonna come off from this hair clip and going towards the bangs that we just drew and going in like that. And since it's parted, there's going to be one more of that. She has a very narrow neck, and it comes down from here, kind of below where her eye is, and the front of her neck would be sort of a little bit behind her chin. So her outfit is like a schoolgirl outfit. So I'm going to draw the collar part of that, starting from behind her neck. And she has this skull brooch in the middle of her chest, and so I'm going to draw that. So I'm going to first sketch out her hand. It's like in a closed ball fist. And this is representing her fingers. and this is representing her palm. And this is her wrist and her arm. I'm just gonna go on in and then add the details of her fingers. Behind her left arm, she has like a poofed up collar, and I'm going to draw that. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw her right collar as well. And her right arm is going kind of, is a little bit bent, is going over her dress. And in this hand, her hand is it's an open palm. So I'll start with the middle of the ribbon, kind of the center where it's knotted together. And then the right part of the ribbon, and it's kind of just hanging loosely. So that's the inside part, and then this is the outside. And I'm just drawing a couple of like wrinkles. The other ribbon is standing a little bit more upright, so I'll draw it like that. This is the outside of the ribbon, and then this is the inside. And then the two ends, one right here. There's like a little tip at the end. And then the other one is kind of going up. So I'm now moving towards her dress, and her dress is very open and poofy in this drawing. I'm gonna first kind of sketch out the bottom of her dress, and it's almost like a big umbrella. So it curls out like that. And her dress is gonna come from sort of where her hand is. The other part is gonna kind of come below that ribbon that we just drew. And then she has these like rounded like edge of the dress, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that. And she has a little pocket on her right side of the dress, so it'll look like that. Next, we're gonna move on to her legs, and she has some interesting legs that I think are pretty iconic to her look. And they almost look like Powerpuff Girl legs because her feet get wider as they go down. So you can start with her knee, which comes down around here. And they're pretty thin, and as you kind of go down towards her feet, they stay pretty thick. Her left leg is crossing over behind her right leg. So this is her knee going behind and crossing over, and it's gonna be slightly higher up than her right leg. Okay, so the last step of this sketch is her hair. And she has long hair, and they're kind of drawn in like individual strands that overlap each other, so I'll just draw them one by one. Alright, so this is the final version of her sketch. I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little lighter and create a new layer on top and outline for my final version. So here's my final version of Nene. I hope you enjoyed, and feel free to follow me on my Instagram.